Hello, and today we're here outside the Dingle Wildlife and Seal Sanctuary just outside Dingle on the Tree Road. The sanctuary is another addition to one of the many visitor attractions here on the peninsula. And we're going to go in and talk to Ali, who is one of the team members who helps rehabilitate the animals.
We've been open here since June 2010. We originated as part of the Irish Seal Sanctuary, which was in Dublin, and that's been around for the last 20 years. So they actually were appealed for a new site to open another seal sanctuary, and one of their managers came down here, and the owner of the sanctuary here, Kieran, he offered up this piece of land to be used as the sanctuary. So since June 2010, we've been operating as the only seal sanctuary in Ireland. The one in Dublin actually closed down, so we cover the whole coast of Ireland now.
And what kind of animals would you treat here?
Obviously we treat seals. We have, in the summer months we get common seals, and in the winter months we get the grey seals. We also take in any wildlife in need, so we often get lots of seabirds such as gannets and puffins and shearwaters, that sort of thing. We also have had an otter come into us and quite a few hedgehogs, that sort of thing. Anything in need we'll help if we can.
You rescued a couple of gannets there last month on Ventry Beach. Could you tell us a bit about the condition now and how they're faring out?
Of course, yes. There were two gannets that were actually found on the beach. They were tangled in a lot of netting and very exhausted. One of them was particularly tired, but other than that had no obvious injuries. The other one had what appeared to be a damaged wing. It was actually turned out just to be some tender damage. So we fed them both up. They were both eating really well. The one with the damaged wing, we actually had a stocking over its whole body to hold its wing in place until it healed, and they actually were doing really well.
Very good. Now, Ali, could you tell me, is there much work involved in getting the seals back up to full strength, ready for the big bad world?
There is. It's quite a process getting the seals back into the wild. Often when they arrive to us, they either have a really nasty injury, often from a propeller or from being caught in netting. Other times they could just be an orphaned pup where they may have been separated from their mother after a storm, or perhaps something happened to the mother, or she just abandoned them if she's a first-time mum and doesn't know exactly what to do with a pup. So we often get a lot of underweight pups as well that have been weaned from their mother but haven't learnt how to hunt fish yet. So for all those reasons, we get seal pups in. We have to tube feed them to rehydrate them when they first arrive, which is quite a process, and then we slowly move them onto a fish soup, which we just put straight into their stomach. Then we have to move them onto fish, which can be quite challenging. Sometimes they've never even seen a fish before, so we have to teach them how to eat, which can sometimes mean force feeding. More often than not, they pick it up very quickly though, and once they're eating the fish in their bath in the kennel by themselves, they get moved over into these nursery pools behind me. Once they're in here, it's a good chance for them to sort of have normal social interaction, and they can compete over fish and gain weight and muscle mass. So once they reach an ideal weight, we then release them back to where they were found.
Apart from rescuing animals at the sanctuary, what else happens here?
What else happens here at the sanctuary? Well, obviously, yes, we've got a lot of animals we look after. We've got our seals and we've got our resident bird life. We've also got 4 little kid goats, which is a nice attraction for families and children. They can bottle feed and pat the goats. We also have a nature walk, boardwalk, which goes out over the lakes, so people can bird watch the natural bird life. We also have a very large playground for children. There's a lovely farm fresh cafe that people can enjoy a nice lunch in, and recently we've just acquired some pedal boats so people can paddle out on the lakes. It's a lot of fun.
Brilliant. Sounds like great crack. And what should people do if they come across any injured animals?
In the case of a seal, we always say to people, don't put it back in the water. That can actually end up killing them, so that's what we don't want. So they can call us on our phone number here, or get in touch on our website and tell us what's wrong with either the seal or the bird, and we'll go out if we can as soon as possible and try and do what we can for the animal. With birds, it's quite easy for people to, if they can contain the animal, to bring it into us, and we can help them.
Very good. Well, Ali, thank you very much for your time.
No worries, thank you.